Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So from the title, you know what this video is all about. I will be reviewing the brand new Blendiful by Tati Beauty, and I also ordered her palette. So this is kind of going to be a dual review. We'll be talking about both of those products. Now, I have not watched any videos on it. I took a few peeks at the Tati video just so that I know like what the product is and how to use it. You can use it with all different types of formulas, liquid, powder, and cream. So that's something that I'm really excited about. I'm not going to be using any new products, things that I haven't used on my skin, just because I know how those things perform. And I want to be able to compare what my makeup usually looks like to what it looks like when I apply it with the Blendiful. I do have a set of brushes on the side that I will keep just in case, because Tati did say in her video that you can use other tools, but I'm going to try to use the Blendiful for as many things as I can so I can give you guys a full review. Don't forget to hit that like button if you do like this video, along with subscribing to my channel if you do want to get notifications for when I upload new videos. And now let's jump into this review. So here is what the package looks like when you order it. It did have a little bit of like fluff to kind of protect the palette from breaking, but the Blendiful does come in its own little container. It's completely sealed. I do like to wash my products before I use them, but I didn't even want to touch this one. Just wanted to use it right out of the package, but usually I would wash my beauty blenders or any other like sponges and tools before I use them on my face. And I also ordered the Tati Beauty palette, and I'm going to be doing an eye look with this. These colors are beautiful, and I'm really interested in trying out those pressed glitters. There have been a few other companies that have come out with them, and I haven't been crazy about the formula. Sometimes they're just very like unrealistic for me to use, and they're kind of really difficult, and they get like all over the place because they're kind of chunky. So I'm actually really interested in seeing how that performs. Okay, so let's open this up. Here's a little heart-shaped sponge. Now it's a really soft material. I actually really like it. It's almost not a microfiber, but I'm not sure exactly what material this is, but it's more like fabric-y than I thought it would be. And here is the Blendiful. It is so soft. I'm actually really excited to try this out. I haven't used any type of material that's even close to something like this to apply my makeup, but this you can use for foundation and everything, so that's actually really interesting. Let's jump right in. I just want to start playing with this. I got this one a few weeks ago. I did take a few days off. We were celebrating Walter's birthday. We did a little staycation, which was so cute. We stayed at the Equinox Hudson Yards Hotel in New York City, something really close. It's like 30 minutes away from the house, but it was like the best time ever. We just like relaxed. We did a little bit of shopping. We like slept in. We went to the gym a few times. I took some yoga classes, meditation. I took this cycling class, which kicked my ass. But those few days were really nice. It was something that I needed to like kind of recharge and like recenter myself. Feeling really motivated. So that's exactly what I wanted from that trip. And it was Walter's 30th, so we had to like celebrate it. I actually wanted to do something like take him like somewhere really warm and nice. But this just actually worked out better. We were super close to home, and we still got that like break from our like day-to-day routine, which was exactly what we needed. So I already applied my primer. The primer that I use is the this is the Hydro Grip Primer by Milk Makeup, and the foundation I'm going to be using today is the Cover FX. This is Power Play. I use this one all the time. It's probably one of my favorite foundations. Now I am currently in between shades, so I'm going to mix shade 50 and shade 60. And let's do this. I'm just going to apply a generous amount just to kind of get me started. I'm going to take this corner, this first little corner. Actually really liking the application so far. I feel like it's giving me a nice even base. I haven't had to go in with more foundation yet. It's actually really easy to hold. You just kind of fold it and start like pressing. It's similar to like a pressed puff, one of those little puffs that you use to like set under your eyes, but it's a completely different material, but that's kind of how you can hold it. I really like that application. I didn't really know what to expect when using this. It wasn't that I thought it was going to be like a fail. I just didn't really know how it would perform. Wow. And my foundation is on, and it's on seamlessly. What? Okay. That was actually really easy, super user-friendly. Even if you've never used one of these and you're used to using other types of sponges or brushes, this is very, very easy to use. I'm actually kind of shocked by how amazing this applied foundation. Okay, let's do concealer. I'm gonna be using the Beauty Blender concealer. This is in shade 3.7. I'm shook. And I'm using like very little pressure, and it just like seamlessly blended right into, and you can use your finger and kind of go into that corner. What? This is nuts. Because you guys know that I stan me a beauty blender. Love them. It's probably my favorite beauty tool. I use it on my makeup every single day. And this is super easy to use. Okay. And then I always go in with a slightly lighter one right here. And this is just going to give me some more brightening. All right. That was oddly easy. Next, I'm going to take my translucent powder, and I'm going to dip that same concealer side in there just because I want to save some of the other corners. I might have taken too much, but we'll see. This is so easy, guys. I feel like my makeup is just like blending itself, and everything's just kind of really seamless using that edge. Okay, next I'm going to take a pressed powder. So I've tried a few different formulas. I would say that this one is like a mix between like liquid and cream, and now I'm going to take a pressed powder. So I've done loose powder. I'm going to take this other little corner, and I'm kind of packing it in there. And this is just going to set the rest of my face. I am so impressed with this, guys. It's taken me like no time to do my makeup. Obviously, talking through everything is what's taking more time, but besides that, like I feel like if I'm just doing this, I can get this done in like 5 minutes. So I'm gonna obviously use a brush to kind of dust everything off. I'm gonna attempt to use this with bronzer, so I kind of flipped it. So I now have this side. I'm gonna take the Laura Mercier Candleglow in shade 5. Now, if this doesn't work, I'm just going to go in with a brush because you do need a little bit more precision when applying bronzer. I went a little heavy. When using a brush, you usually need to grab a generous amount of product on the brush because it kind of like, some of that product kind of like flies away when you apply it. But with this, it's so targeted. You don't need an excess amount of product. I would say start off small and build. So I like this side better. I feel like it's like a softer transition, and I'm just going to take this brush and I'm just gonna blend that out. Because I don't think that this is taking the place of like every single tool that you have. But I think that it's a nice product that you can incorporate to your routine. Guys, I'm almost done. That's crazy. Okay, next I'm going to go in with blush and highlighter. And then we're going to move on to the eyes, which is so nuts because I feel like this took no time. And all I used was this one sponge, this brush to kind of blend everything out, and one tiny brush just for my nose. And I'm sure I could have done the nose with this, but I just wanted something a little bit more precise. I think the tiny one is supposed to be for blush. So I'm going to take the tiny one, fold it in half, and go right into this shade right here. This one on the top. See, it picked up a good amount of product, and I kind of just dabbed it in there. And I'm just going to smile, pop that on the apples of my cheeks. This is so crazy. I'm like, what the hell? Like, I'm barely tapping it, and I feel like you don't need to blend. It just kind of like blends itself. Oh, this product is, this one's bomb. This is a good one. I don't even gotta wait till I get to the review part of it. And I would definitely say give it a try if you're looking for a new beauty product or a tool just to make your life a little bit easier. Now taking this same little heart-shaped one, I'm going to go into the highlighter. Now this product, I'm not sure how it's going to work with highlighter, but it's worked with everything else. So I'm going to give it a shot and, you know, we'll see. So I'm just going to take some on this little corner. I feel like I went too crazy with that, but this is nuts. It's so good. My face is done. That would have taken me maybe like 5 or 6 minutes, and this is what the Blendiful now looks like. So I used it foundation, concealer, bronzer, powder, and this tiny little one I used for blush and highlight, and 2 little brushes. This is everything that I used to apply my makeup. And I didn't even necessarily need this one. I just used it to blend out that bronzer that I felt was a little strong. But if you just go in with a small amount of product, this is all you would need. What? Okay. I'm just going to give you guys my quick review on this product before we jump into the eyes. And then I have to remember everything that I wanted to say. Buy it. Just buy it. Pick it up. I believe that these 2 little sponges are $18. I know that they were cheaper than a beauty blender. And then the palette. So for everything, including shipping, I believe that it was $75. So we're going to jump into the palette now. I think that this sponge was phenomenal. It did my makeup so good. Like, I didn't even really feel like I was doing a lot. I was just kind of like tapping, and it would just like blend with the foundation or the concealer or the bronzer. Like, everything just kind of flowed. I also love that you can throw it in the washer. I personally am not like crazy about washing things that go on my face with like detergent and stuff, unless I'm using sensitive detergent, which I don't use. So I like to wash everything by hand, especially something that's pretty delicate. This does look delicate, and you know, I'm not sure if anybody's experienced any issues with throwing it in the wash, but sometimes the washer can be kind of rough. So personally, I would wash these by hand just because I would not want them to break. I am gonna order maybe 2 or 3 more because I really do like them. When I was recently away, I took like maybe like 5 or 6 brushes and a beauty blender, and that kind of got me through the 2 or 3 days that I had to wear makeup. But this is something that would be even easier, which is just like so crazy. And I love that you can use different formulas on that because it doesn't soak up the product. It just literally presses it into your skin, and it sits on top of this like microfiber kind of material. It's not even microfiber. I don't know what it is. Like the terry cloth kind of microfiber mix. And it just feels so soft on the face, which is something else that I love. And it's big enough that you can literally use it for a ton of different areas on the face and different formulas. So I think Tati did an amazing job with these. And I think that this one is super cute, this little heart one. I only use this one because I believe that this one is supposed to be for blush, but I still had 2 corners, so I could have just used this one for highlight and for blush, and I would have used all 6 corners of this, but I decided to use the little one. What do you guys think of this product? Is this something that you're going to be trying out? Is it something that you're interested in? In my opinion, I think that it is a great product, and I will definitely be ordering more. Now let's jump into this palette. This is the Tati Beauty Pressed Powder Palette, Volume 1. No idea what I'm going to do. I feel like I'm going to try to use as many different formulas. I am going to use one of the glitter shades in here. Maybe this neutral. And I love that everything is kind of organized by like tone. So you have a few different finishes. I think that this palette is super cute. It's obviously not something that we have not seen before. I feel like we've seen neutrals and glitters and mattes and all different types of formulas, and I think at this point there's very few things that are super original. I do think that this one is up there though. But the palette it's a beautiful palette. Now, when it comes to formula, haven't used the formula at all yet. That's what we're going to do now. So I quickly did my brows and primed my eyes off camera. Something that I noticed about this palette right off of the bat is this huge mirror. I'm going to do kind of like a matte formula, and I want to do like a glittery lid, and I want something to pop in the tear duct. So I want to use almost all the finishes, if not all of them. So Soothe, Story, Ritual. Then I'm going to go in with this glitter shade right here. And in the tear duct, I'm going to use one of these. So that's kind of the vibe that I'm going for, so you guys know where we're going with this. So one thing I noticed when I went directly into it, seems to be a little bit of kickback. It's never been like a huge issue for me. Some palettes have it, some palettes don't. But it's just something that I noticed. So I'm going to go directly into that crease. Seems to blend out pretty nicely. Yeah, I'm noticing actually a generous amount of kickback with these. And I want to bring that a little bit higher because I'm bringing that gradient downward. So that second shade, Story, will be right below this. So that's going to give that more of like that orangey crease. Going directly into the next one, which is this one right here. I'm going to go a little bit lower. And this is just going to add some depth to that crease. Color seems to blend out pretty nicely. And next I'm going to go in with that brown, which is Ritual. And I'm using that brown shade just in the outer portion of the eye. So I'm packing that on. The pigmentation is rich. The formula is blendable. And they haven't been giving me any issues. The only thing I've noticed so far that is a ding, if you'll count it that, is the kickback. Which is just that powder that forms in the pan. So I really wanted to pack that color on because I wanted to be nice and smoky on the outer V. And then using that same blending brush, going over top to just blend those edges out. But I want it to be nice and rich on the outside. I do want to use all of the finishes. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this shade right here and I'm going to apply it all over my lid. And that's going to be a base for the glitter eyeshadow, which I'm kind of nervous to use. I don't know why. This is just a very light base. It has a little bit of shimmer in it, but nothing that's gonna, you know, take the attention away from the rest of the eye. Okay, now we're gonna go in with the Ritual glitter. So I think this whole row is called whatever it is. So Soothe, Story, Ritual. I'm gonna go in with this glitter pigment. Okay, it does feel like it's like kind of wet, but looks really pretty on the finger. Kind of want to go in with the finger because I feel like a brush may kind of just separate that product. This is pretty. It doesn't feel like it's gonna fall. It doesn't feel cheap. It just feels like a really nice pressed glitter formula. It's beautiful. Okay, cool. I was not sure about this eyeshadow, honestly. I was just very nervous to use it, but it seems to be going on. It adheres really nicely. And it doesn't feel wet when you apply it. It has like some type of like bonding agent in it, which is why it's a pressed glitter. But once you apply it, it doesn't feel wet. I wanted to go into the shade right next to it and just apply some of that in the center because I need to do the most. Okay, so this gives you hello, I have arrived nighttime vibes. But the glitter pigment, it's starting to fall a little bit under my eyes. So I just want to see how easy that is to remove since I know it has some type of bonding agent built into the eyeshadow, or I assume it does. I'm not positive on that. But I'm just going to take a clean blending brush. I'm assuming it's just going to come right off. It does. Was not a pain to get off. So there was a few little specks. Okay. Cool. This palette is also very user-friendly, easy to use, and it blends out very nicely. So I'm going to apply a few more eyeshadows to my lash line, the same eyeshadows that I used on the top of the lid. So I'm going to go in with Soothe first, and then Story, and then Ritual, just to kind of pull the look together. So I threw on some lashes. These are Tease by Lily lashes. I also lined my waterline with the Urban Decay Perversion pencil. And I went in with Aura into the tear duct. Aura is the last finish that I haven't used, which is the metallic shade. This one right here. I don't want it to be blown out. So yeah, this is the shade right here. Super beautiful. It like melted right in. And I didn't even have to like wet the brush or anything. It just looks really pretty and just opens my eyes up. You guys know that I love an inner tear duct highlight. Next, I want to show you guys some swatches because I haven't used the entire palette. So some things look different in the pan compared to how they swatch, which is kind of what I experienced with the glitter that I applied to my lid. But I want to swatch all of the shades for you guys, and then we can jump into the final thoughts. Okay, so we've gotten to the end of the video. I wanted to just share some of my final thoughts about the two products. So I talked a little bit about the Blendiful earlier in the video, but my opinion stands the same. I think that these are two really amazing products. I do think that they're unique enough that you can definitely incorporate them into your beauty routine. They are completely different from the classic beauty blenders, the Real Tech sponge, or any other sponges that you can get out there. Even comparing it to like a powder puff, it's completely different. Love the material, love the multi-use of it, and that you can use it with different types of products, creams, liquids, and powders, and it still gives you a really beautiful finish. Love the way my makeup came out. Please let me know in the comments if you also feel the same way, if you've used this product, if it intrigued you, because I'm actually really interested in knowing how you guys feel about it. Secondly, let's talk about the Tati Beauty Volume 1 palette. Talked about the mirror. I think that it's a great mirror. I also really love the palette. When I first saw it, I was like, okay, this is pretty. I don't necessarily know if I like need it in my life, but I wanted to buy it. I wanted to review it. And now that I've played with it, I've swatched it, I am actually going to use it for another video. I think that it's really a great palette. I didn't know that I needed like a similar color story in different finishes, because you can still use those shades to make a really beautiful eye look. You can also incorporate different tones from some of the other categories. For example, the way that I did it, I wanted to use some of the mattes. I came over here and used this metallic shade, and then I used one of the glitters. And I think that that's something that's really nice about this palette as well, that you're not stuck to using one category. You can kind of play around with different like finishes and different tones. I also really like the glitter formula. I personally still prefer traditional loose glitter, just because I think that it gives you a little bit more reflex, but it is messier to use. So if you are new to glitters, or you want to try them, or you want an alternative to using classic loose glitters, this is definitely a really great option. I think she did a nice job with the formula. Super blendable, pigmented. It does have some kickback, so that's something that you want to keep in mind if kickback is something that annoys you. For me, it's not the biggest deal. It happens with some eyeshadows, but that's something that you do want to keep in mind. I am actually really happy that I have this palette in my collection. I will be reaching for it again. Let me know if you guys want to see another video using it. I've been thinking about doing something more smoky, maybe using some of those black tones, because they've kind of been catching my eye. I probably should have done that today, but I wanted something a little bit more neutral, and I wanted to play around with those tones because I feel like those are the ones that are most versatile in the palette. So yes, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think about these products, if you want me to use them again, if you're going to be picking them up, or if they are a pass for you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.